later on. But first up, let's get our lads, well, onto the pitch as the two nations walk in. We will then, of course, follow that up with the respective national anthems of the countries that are taking part in this event, namely Laos and Vietnam, and then, of course, the team lineups and the officials. We will get you acquainted with everybody that's on the pitch. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through this event. We've got, of course, 2 games lined up for you today. The next one also promises to be a cracker of an affair as Timor-Leste go up against Thailand. Keep in mind the fact that Vietnam and Thailand are 2 powerhouses in ASEAN football, and what a joy to see them, well, take to the pitch today. And what's even more is to watch Laos and Timor-Leste go up against these boys. And if they spring a surprise, well, I'll be for sure. So we will do our alma mater, and first, of course, it's going to be first up, the national anthem of Laos. National anthem of Vietnam. So we start off with the team lineups, and there we go with Laos. It's going to be Kup Lukpatip, the goalkeeper. He'll be joined by Kaman Tapasiut Anantasa, Sipong Pan, Pettavan Somsanit, the captain, Chantaviksai, Kunisavan, Aliakon, Fongsavan, Somwang, Chumalai, Kampan, Dongvitalai, Saliompon, Pomawong, and Puttachok Wongsili. We have the well team shots. It's always well mandatory and an important one. Don't forget our officials for the day. Let's get you acquainted with all of them. Our main referee for today is Jamal Muhammad Usaid of Malaysia. He's being assisted by Ali Muhammad Faisal of Brunei and Paul Galicia of the Philippines. Fourth official is Saputra Ryan Nanda of Indonesia. And a reserve assistant referee is Al-Madani Iman Abdul Rahman of Saudi Arabia. Match commissioner Abu Bakar Mohammad Saifuddin of Malaysia, referee assessor Kangram Preacher of Thailand. Our two captains, of course, getting done with the toss, and here we have the starting lineup for Vietnam. Tran Trung Kien, the goalkeeper, Pham Lak Duc, Nguyen Hue Min, Nguyen Thai Son, Nguyen Din Bak, Nguyen Van Trong, Nguyen Quoc Viet, Kuat Wan Kang, the captain, Nguyen Nat Min, Nguyen Pi Hong, and Wo An Kwan. And Kim Sang Sik, of course, is the head coach. Interesting, bench strength there. It's quite a solid lot. Also, Levant Thuan is in today on the bench, and it's going to be interesting to watch him in action. So all that, of course, will pan out in just a little bit. Here is, the head coach of Laos, and that's Ha Hyok Jun. And he's got his countryman opposite, Kim Sang Sik, who is the head coach of Vietnam. We'll talk about Kim Sang Sik as we get through the event later. But for now, it's back to the action. On the pitch. So let's get you straight into the mix as far as we're concerned. It will be, of course, Vietnam to start off proceedings, and that's exactly what they do. Let's remind you that this is a very, very important event because the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025 is the 5th edition of this very special, and intense contest. Now, let's take a quick look at the teams before we get into the thick of things. So, Vietnam are making their 4th appearance. They're defending champions, looking for a hat-trick. They beat Thailand 1-0 in 2022 for their first title, and in their sophomore year they pulled off a 6-5 victory on penalties over Indonesia, and that was in 2023. So this year they are on a hat-trick, and it's going to be very interesting to see their performance. Let's look at Laos. Laos are making their 4th appearance. They finished 3rd in 2022. They lost to Thailand in that semi-final, and of course they had a shared finish with Timor-Leste when the game was cancelled out. But it's an interesting one because Laos were the first to score on match day 1 when they played Cambodia, and it was Panyawong, of course, who found the back of the net. And it will be interesting to see whether Pausambon Panyawong comes to the party today as well. He's on the bench currently. So back to the pitch, and as we can see, it's been Vietnam who are looking to dominate here. We have Pi Huang Nguyen. To an opportunity for Laos. Looking to swing his arm over was Phong Savan. Well, Vietnam has produced some fine stars, some gutsy players over the last couple of years, and I do remember way back when Vietnam won the senior ASEAN Championship. There was a time when one of their finest ever players, not just on the pitch but off the pitch, was a part of the team, Lecon Win. And since then, of course, we've had so many stars who've come out of the Vietnam camp, and absolutely phenomenal footballers. So this is where it all starts. It's the under-19s, the under-23s. The under-23 is just that last step before superstardom, on the verge of being, you know, the big star. Some of them are, as I've said earlier. Vietnam just getting their first feel of a chance. I don't think Laos keeper Kop Lokpatip is too happy about it. It's interesting that when you look at it from an entirely technical point of view, Vietnam and Laos play two very different styles of football. Laos play very close to what Cambodia do. And if you compare those two teams, there's always going to be some sort of similarities in their style of play, regardless of the coaches being, you know, totally different. But with Vietnam, it's an entirely different style of play too, and it's even more well, it's different from even Thailand football, and it's a unique style of play. It's got that never say die, you know, try as hard as you can kind of approach. So let's find out. Let's find out what happens today. We're just about 4 minutes into this game. Let's remind you, of course, that we've got another huge one coming up after this when Timor-Leste and Thailand clash. And I'm quite excited about that as well, for the simple reason that Timor-Leste put on a performance in their previous game, but we'll leave that for later. Back to the action right now. Also, a quick reminder that this is a Group B encounter. This is match day 2 in Group B, but if you take the whole tournament, it's actually day 4 of the event. But match day 2 in Group B. The only team who have played out their match in Group B is Cambodia and Laos, and both of them are playing a game today. Laos is playing today. Cambodia will be playing in the next event that takes place here, not today. 15% possession for Laos, and Vietnam, of course, have had 85. That tells a bit of a story. Quick run there. Was looking to earn that corner, and that's exactly what he does. He'll be happy about that. And that's Kang Quat. Receiving it was Quang Nguyen before he got it to Kang Quat. Any corner opportunity will always be welcomed with open arms. Stepping up here is Trong Nguyen. Did try to drive that through. Son Nguyen. It's a bit difficult to get past that wall of red that was there before him. Laos looking to bolster their defense. They understand that the opponents play an extremely attacking game, and they even get the ball to the referee. Well, quick exchanges there. The referee would have them restarted. The drop ball and not a free kick opportunity. The referee Jamal Mohammed has said we'll just have to repeat the process. Well, free kick always more desirable, isn't it? Just about 7 minutes in, there hasn't been any change in the attack as such. Vietnam have pretty much dominated attack for quite a bit, and I do believe that Laos really trying to fend off the lads in white. They've done well so far, and they've even got close to the Vietnam goal area now, and it's Salungchai Pamawong who takes the throw-in. Vietnam just claiming possession as Bak Nguyen runs away with it. Good pass there from Kwan Wo. It's always interesting when you look at the under-23s. They actually can be, well, more aggressive than the senior players, more physical than the senior players. And that's why it's always kind of more exciting to watch them in action, because they really can play their heart out. And they know they know the value of the occasion. And that's the real deal here for them. Which is why you'll see them representing the country. You'll always see them putting in, well, their best. Good word there from the referee to Somwang Chumalai. They're also getting behind Son Nguyen. Tai Son Nguyen, or just getting the foot from behind. Again, a quick run down the left flank. Here's Hwang Nguyen. Well, does get it to, well, his teammate stepping up now, Trong Nguyen. And Laos just, well, put it away in time. It's a very interesting way that Laos have actually got themselves positioned to battle Vietnam. Well, it's still early days in the game, so it's impossible to call anything, but very interesting. And I do love the way all these past few games that I've been looking at or been covering, just love the way that the coaches have really not just done their homework, but done a little bit more than that. And well, the fruit of that is really what you can see on the pitch. So Laos 0, Vietnam 0. Well, that's the scoreline at this point of time. It will change, of course. So the Mandiri Cup 2025 has been an exciting affair. A good chance here to score. That was a lovely delivery, but I think it was a bit too quick for his teammate to get to it. And the flag had gone up besides that. Kang Kwat, the captain. Gotta get a view of that. Just keep your eye there on the assistant referee. And it was already up there. So, good call. Very good call by official. Got block Patip. Stretched that over well, but well, does put that ball out of play. Well, it's been a slightly, well, easier, well, affair as the teams take time to settle in. Remember, both are capable of taking the pace of this game up at will, especially the defending champions. Nguyen deciding to get it back to his defenders. ball's going to sail out. Alfonso wants to well upset with that. Now we've got the throw in. Should be taken by Kwan Wo. And that's going to be, well, the first issue that we're looking at. Well, he was cautioned twice before, so Somwang Chumalai. Free kick opportunity as well for Team Vietnam. And a chance to get fairly up close and personal with the Laotian keeper. That's straight through and well spotted there by Lok Patip, the Laos keeper. Was able to contain that without any problem, but very good accuracy on that shot. Found the gap there as well. Bit of an odd collision there. No one's going to be the better for it as the lads just shake on and get on with it. It's back to goalkeeper Lok Patip. Lok Patip plays for the Ezra club, Ezra FC. He's 19 years old. 3 passes for Laos, 109 passes for Vietnam. That's a bit of a wild effort, but all the same, Laos just making their, well, presence known. So it's, well, pretty much back to, well, Vietnam trying to get into that Laos area. What does, of course, get my attention is the fact that, of course, I've been attentive right from the start, but what gets my attention is the fact that Laos have been able to hold Vietnam off for so long, and Vietnam is a team that is always hungry. No matter how many goals, they're always hungry. So it's just going to be, well, a question of what do Vietnam change on the pitch, or what do Laos change on the pitch to change things around. The breakthrough is still waiting, and neither team has been able to get to it. Give and go there as Min Nguyen gets it back to his defenders. That centre head, chasing it down as fast as he can. Trong Nguyen. Trong Nguyen superb shot. You knew it was going to go in from the angle. Well done there, and the captain makes the call, and it's been answered. Conquat Bon, or Wan Conquat, just to get his name the way it's written. The captain makes the call. It's 1-0. Absolutely wonderful play here. It all started. 3 lads make that 4 in the box. Now that ball just landed straight at his feet. There was no particular assist, just a deflection of the Laos defender, and well spotted there by the Vietnam under-23 captain. It's a strong left footer, and it will stay put, of course. So 1-0. Well, that's a good lead for Vietnam. Was just talking about the breakthrough, and the captain finds it. Very, very interesting player. If you look at him, Quat Von Kang, he plays for... He's a part of the Vietnamese senior team. 21 appearances with 1 goal since 2022. He's played at all levels. You know, he's played for the under-15, the under-16, the under-20s, and the under-23 for Vietnam. He plays for Pekong Vietel Football Club, also known as Vietel. It's a club that's based in Hanoi. And he's just 22 years old, turned 22 this May, actually. Supposed to be a good football mind. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to lead his lads on. Well, he just led by example. Straight off now to Min Nguyen. And that header, well, just getting that wrong. It could have been a brace here for the captain. He does appreciate the help. Fairly well-crafted assist, if you ask me. Had a quick round down the left flank before setting that up. And that's P. Quang Nguyen. But not too happy. Well, I wouldn't be if I was in this place either. This now puts the pressure on Laos, of course, to score 1 to equalize. They'll have to work at that as soon as possible. It's been a very pleasant day in these parts. Relative humidity at about 67%, but temperature it's been about 25 degrees, 24, 25. It's very, very pleasant. Slightly windy, but it's not that rain kind of windy, but it has been pleasant. And if it stays like this, it would make for a perfect evening. Well, with the oncoming breeze, it almost feels like you're on much elevated level. Once again, the familiar sight down the left flank. Quang Nguyen, very strong player on the wings. Through an opportunity. It will be taken by Salungsai Pamawong. Salungsai also looking to make the difference here. Now it's Bak Nguyen. It's off to Wang Nguyen. And it's back to Kop Lok Patip, who's actually been given a lion's share of time with the ball, and that's mainly because, well, Vietnam have been sticking that ball or taking it through into the Laos half of most of the time. But as far as you can see, Laos still have to fashion a really strong chance of their own. They had just one feeble move, but they do take a bit of time to settle down. Having said that, in the previous game, they were the first ones to score. And that attempt to assist will be, well, pulled away, but not for too long. It's another good delivery in. Needs a finish, but that won't happen. As the assistant referee gets the flag up again. That's Ali Mohammed, a referee from Brunei. And yes, Kop Lok Patip will have to be careful about, well, delaying time. The referee hasn't spotted that as yet, but he would keep his eyes on him. So 10% possession for Laos, 90% for Vietnam. One attempt on goal from Laos. We've had 3 from Vietnam and on target 2, out of which, of course, 1 did find the back of the net. Well, all said and done, Laos now looking to, reclaim possession. That's something that they haven't enjoyed for some period of time. Having said that, it's practically 26 minutes done, and you would have thought that, Laos would have had a bit more time with the ball. They finally decided to claim it. And Vietnam always have a backup plan in terms of a player who's right behind. So Vietnam still trying to keep very much with it. It's straight off to Trong Nguyen. Trong Nguyen finding Minh Nguyen. They play very well as a tag. It's a very organized setup for Vietnam. Also played a fairly mature game today, and what I mean by mature is more like a senior team. It's a quick turn back to the defender, and that's Duc Pham, who's got it through to Hugh Minh Nguyen. And here we go, right there in the danger area once again. Vietnam looking to, well, fashion a chance, there's no doubt about it. You had Som Nguyen involved, and Laos have just managed to pull it away, I think. Well, just a slight delay in, well, a decisive, well, process being adopted there. And I think that just gave Laos the opportunity to step in and pull the danger away. So it's a thrown opportunity for Vietnam. It'll be taken by Quang Nguyen. But as we approach the 30 mark, well, I do stand corrected. The throw, of course, was meant for Laos. It was taken by Salungsai Pomawong. Now here's Duc Pom. We'll slip it to Minh Nguyen. Back to Duc Pom. Still very much with it. Defensive measures being taken at all costs here. Now it's Minh Nguyen who gets that ball moving. And I do believe that what's really going to transpire here is, well, this game has started off in more or less an easier manner. Vietnam have that single goal in there. I'd be very keen on seeing them actually, well, score a couple on the trot, or even Laos with a reply as soon as possible. But for now, the scoreline still reads Laos 0, Vietnam 1. So Laos just not getting a chance to hold on to possession. It's now off to Trong Nguyen. So Vietnam still looking to, well, create something here. Remember, a couple of these players also play for other clubs. And the same goes for Laos as well. And Vietnam were also winners in the, not winners, but runner-up finishers in the ASEAN Club Championship. So with the chuck, Wong Sili will come off. And there we have a change. Is on Petwongsa. Well, comes in for Puttachak Wong Sili. We have seen on Petwongsa, well, play before, and he does make a difference. He can create opportunities, he can craft out goals, become the architect of some of them. Work being done here by that back line. Now it's Konesawan, Kenuchan, who's trying to, well, rally his lads. Pulled away, returned back to defense. There they come, alerted danger there this time around. Straight off now. Familiar side again as the number 17 gets up close, but not for too long. Quick tap there, trying to make a bit of a difference. Well, needed to get into a comfortable position, and I think that was a bit of a worry for him, and that's Buck Nguyen. Corner opportunity will always be worth its weight in gold. Can Vietnam double their tally here? That's turned away very quickly. Good defensive measures being taken up. Cambodia, this Laos, of course, playing very much in the same way now like they played against Cambodia. They are, well, taking the pace of this game up, and I'm just a bit surprised that for the first 5 or 10 minutes they really sat back and defended right through. But that could be the plan. That could be the plan. Sometimes you just want to tire your opponent out and basically well, study their game more than anything else before you can strike. And if that's what it is, then that is, well, intelligent football. Their own opportunity. Vietnam just really loved the Laos side of the fence. So just as we can see it, it looks like, well, those figures definitely still going in favor of Vietnam, as Laos have yet to come up with anything special. But hey, there's been a slight change in their approach, and I do believe that a game like this will really change, or will flip totally over when we get into that second period. Lol Pak Tip sending the ball at quite a distance. And that's what transpired there. Was just talking about this game being physical, and that's exactly what it's been for the last couple of minutes. So, well, let's tell you a little bit about the stadium as well, since in case you are not acquainted with the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium, it's a multi-purpose stadium that's located right here in Bekasi, West Java, Indonesia. It's about, I would say on a given day, maybe anything between 40 minutes to an hour drive from central Jakarta. And it's currently used for well, football. The stadium holds 30,000 people. Opened in 1982, quick collector year for Lok Patip. So the stadium opened in 1982, was renovated in 2012, all the way till 2014, and then it opened its doors once again in 2014. Lovely stadium, very colorful, very nicely done, absolutely spotlessly clean, well-maintained ground as well. And beautiful air. There's much cleaner air in these parts. It's almost like very, very refreshing. And if I just sat here probably the whole day and read a book or watched training or whatever the lads are doing on the pitch, I'd be a happy man. In Vietnam, it's only a single goal, and I don't think they'll be satisfied with that. Quick pass there to the right flank from Son Nguyen. Let's remind you that we're just about 7 minutes shy of hitting the 45 here at the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium. This, of course, is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. And don't forget, we've got two stadiums we've been, of course, well, cruising through. First, of course, is the GBK, or the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium, the iconic one And then, of course, is this beautiful stadium, the Patriot Chandrabhaga. So, load of matches, and we're going to run through this event all the way till the 29th. After that, of course, we'll miss it till the time it comes back. So this is this is an event that takes place every 2 years, and the only reason you'll find 22 and 23 as 2 editions is because at that point of time there was a very, very long break thanks to the pandemic. There was just a bit of catching up to do, and we had some amazing results from those. So this year, also expecting something really phenomenal from these boys, and they always deliver. These nations always deliver. Well, lovely pass there, but it's only going to go straight back to the hands of the Vietnamese keeper. Well, let me correct that, to the feet. And I do think they'll have to work a little harder than that. Because I think one of the main issues so far in this first period has been the fact that Laos has not deployed any second striker or any sort of backup plan for somebody who leads the attack. So even receiving, well, the pass sometimes can be a bit tedious, and you might just miss it. So that's the goal scorer for today so far. Quat. Wan Kang Quat. And with 5 minutes left to go. Well, I do believe the lads in red will definitely want straight back to Minh Nguyen. Minh Nguyen getting it to Son Nguyen. Well, here we go with just a little bit of a plan and a good formation here as Vietnam, the lads in white, look to, well, probably get another goal before they can, well, take a break. Lovely through pass, and that's just foiled. A bit unfortunate there with the timing, but that was an absolutely brilliant pass. Smart thinking as well on the part of Bak Nguyen. So it looks like we've got a player injured there, and that's the captain. That's Kang Quat. Well, attempting to clear the ball, he did well fall to a defender, was attempting to clear the ball. And Salungsai Pomawong was, well, appearing for a straight back into the action from Kop Lokpatip. And here we go, 16% possession for Laos, 84 for Vietnam. 3 attempts on goal for Vietnam, 1 for Laos. Just another collision there. Well, I must say one thing. Somwang Chomalai has had a very, very interesting first period. He's been active, he's made his presence felt. He's also taken a few knocks, and that means, of course, now we do have a free kick opportunity for Team Laos, and it's going to be exciting to see what they come up with. Standing to take. Is it going to be a set piece? Well, let's find out. So it's Aliakon Phongsavan who's lined up there with On Petvongsa. Petvongsa himself is a free kick specialist. He's got a fairly good foot on him. And it's Phongsavan who'll go in for the pass. They've gone in for a set piece. Oh, what an opportunity. Well, did run around to receive it, but quick thinking on the part of the, well, Vietnamese defense. Well, sometimes a set piece, if you have, well, the opposition player who is right within that circle where you're actually operating, all he has to do is just effect one move to change it, and that's exactly what took place right now. So just about heading towards the first break, or the only break in the match, sorry. I'm always getting lost thinking that, you know, when there are deciders, they'll go into, well, added time, and then you get a second break as well. But just one break. So 2 minutes of added time is what we've got. 2 minutes of added time. Let me remind you, of course, very quickly that well, while we talk about these teams and while we talk about, well, added time, the real joy is, of course, what we've seen in the last couple of days, especially when, of course, Timor-Leste were playing as well. We saw them score an absolute stunner, which was, well, close to, well, the finish. And Aliakon Phongsavan, well, just getting a finger pointed at by the captain of Vietnam, Van Khang Quat, not too happy with him. Phongsavan is a very, very passionate defender, and he is going to take this game to you, regardless of anything else. Salumse Pomawong. He's the one that has been trying to help out. And Huang Nguyen will claim it back again for his team, only to send it to Min Nguyen. Lai Dat Pong. So it will be a throw-in opportunity and might be the last bit of action before we actually get into the break. And stepping up to take it is Aliakon Phongsavan. So Phongsavan and Somwang Chumalai, these have been the two lads who've been really active for the team. And there we go, it's halftime right here at the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium. Let's remind you that this is match day 2 in Group B in the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. And it is Laos matching wits with Team Vietnam. At halftime, on the back of a single goal scored by Vietnam, it's Laos 0, Vietnam 1. Goal scored by Quat Van Khang. Stay with us, because in just a little bit, it will be time for the second period. So don't forget to join us in case you're taking a breather. Welcome back to second half action as we get ready for the next part of this game, where it is Laos and Vietnam that resume their clash. Let's remind you that this is match day 2 of Group B, but in the whole event, of course, it is match day 4. This is the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. My name is Glenn Mascarenas, and I'm here to take you through this event and for the next game as well. Excited to be a part of this because every single game so far has been pretty much a thriller. And we're expecting a change in this second period of play. Both the teams, of course, are taking a good bit of time to learn each other's moves. And I think Laos defended pretty well, just as an outsider. I'm saying this, not because I'm covering the game, but it was great defense by them. Vietnam still looking to make a few more inroads, probably score a few more goals. Can Laos score the equalizer? Let's find out in the next 45, you and me together. So get ready for it. Laos versus Vietnam. We resume the battle, and once again a quick shout out to our referee for the match, and that's Jamal Mohammed Hussaid of Malaysia. And on to, well, the next part of this game. And in case I didn't say this, well, we are coming at you live from the Patriot Chandrabhaga Stadium, which is located in Bekasi, West Java, Indonesia. Just about 45 minutes to an hour's drive from central Jakarta. And there's the score, Laos 0, Vietnam 1. That's how, well, it was at the break. So Phamsambon Panyawong, who has been the sole goal scorer for Laos in this tournament, and the game against Cambodia on match day 1, he was the one that opened the scoring, and he replaces Salungsai Pamawong. Also, we've got Peter Pantawan, who's come in. So Victor Lay has come in for Viet Nguyen in Vietnam. Quan Wo An has been replaced by Min Phuc Pham. Phamsambon Panyawong is an exciting player to watch on his day. It'll be interesting to see what he does here and if he can change the fortunes of Vietnam, of Laos against Vietnam. Well, did get a touch of the ball there before it was pulled away from him, and the referee's going to grant that to, well, Laos for certain. A bit of a hard challenge from behind there by Sun Nguyen. And that's a good call by the official. Well, just actually picked that out. Peter Pontawong has replaced Somwang Chomalai. So there's a couple of players off. Victor Lay and Pham Minh Phok will have come in for Quan Wo An and Viet Nguyen Quoc. Got the percussion that's come out here today. You can hear it. The fans have, well, the traveling fans are here, both Laos and Vietnam. And getting a foot there was Quang Nguyen. And just making a peace offering there. Well, the guilty one, Dongulai Kampane, but well, just giving him a helping hand up, or offered him one. And that looks like, well, a semi-double challenge, if I had to say that. And it's Somsanit Petavan, well, who was guilty of just trailing the Vietnamese captain. And that was Van Cang Quat. Well, he's an interesting player, and I did run through what he's done before, but the captain of the under-23 team, if you just look back at some of the accolades that he's actually, and Nguyen Thai Son of Vietnam, of course, getting a yellow card earlier. Defensive measures being taken there. Quick back kick from Phet Wongsa. And the under-23 Vietnamese captain, well, he won the AFF Under-15 Youth Championship in 2017, which is now, of course, the ASEAN Youth Championship. He also won the ASEAN Under-19 Youth Championship, third place finish in 2022. Didn't win, sorry, third place finish. And then the International Tan Nien Newspaper Cup. And then, of course, the SEA Games bronze medal with the Under-23 and the ASEAN Under-23 Championship 2023. Now, here's where it gets interesting. He also, for the main team, that's the senior team, that's just one step up, isn't it? So, for the senior team, he won the ASEAN Championships 2024. Now, that's really something, and there's a reason why he's the skipper. That's punched away very nicely by Kok Lokpathip. So, very interesting player to watch, the captain of the under-23 team. Oh, that was a bit of a fast one. Absolutely whipped that out. And that's pretty much the way that Vietnam attack. Surprise is the best element of attack. The captain misses out, and so does Quang Nguyen. That ball just didn't lie. It's the second time around that pretty much deja vu, and that's how the previous goal was scored as well. Deflection of a Laos player, and the under-23 Vietnamese captain right behind there to slot that home. Well, I did say this earlier, that these teams would take the pace of this game up by a notch, and that's exactly what they've done. It started off in a bit of a, well, slow manner, I would think. And then, of course, it just picked up, and then the teams just getting acquainted with each other's styles of play. which of course can be changed. Well, not the style of play, but the game plan can be changed at half-time. So there's still a bit of well, waiting for Laos before they can try and restore parity. Well, the attempt's been there, but Vietnam has been a bit of a roadblock for them, not allowing them to get past. Here's Kang Kwat. Drawing in Son Nguyen. Well, he literally thought he was going to safeguard that ball, but it actually didn't even sail out. It kind of stopped short within the field of play. The back pass, one of the most difficult moves in football, not because it's tough to do. 7 out of 10, you send it to the wrong player. And that header won't find the target. But it's an effort all the same here for Phuc Pham. Well, it's coming in that second period of play. Did send it away from the target. %, possession for Laos, 82% for Vietnam. 1 attempt on goal for Laos, 4 for Vietnam, and on target 3. And out of those 3, of course, Vietnam have, well, a goal in the bag, which is on the score sheet. We've actually got to pretty much almost 10 minutes of play in the second period, and it certainly looks like Team Vietnam are still very keen on dominating possession. Having said that, I do believe that Team Laos are very keen on coming away with a draw here, because, well, remember, it's pretty much this: if you draw one game and you draw the second game and Vietnam win this game, you're putting yourself pretty much out of the contest. So I think Laos will play really hard for this one. Not saying that they don't play the level, they always give it their all, but this is pretty much a do or die. You've got to pull off at least one win, coupled with that draw of yours, because there are only 3 teams in Group B and in Group C, and you've got to play it down. And Aliakon, well, Phong Sawan gets a caution. That is a hard challenge, there's no doubt about it. We've got a change as Chitakoni Warmachone comes in for Chantaviksai Hong Kong Pon. Header to clear the danger. Well taken, well, corner by the well taken free kick by the captain. Almost set that up nicely. And that's Bosonbon Panyawong, the number 19, who did get onto the pitch, well, only in that second half. And that is in this half, to be precise. for Team Vietnam. Well, while they've defended, while they've been able to, well, deny Laos a piece of the pie, Laos haven't been too kind either, or generous in allowing any goals through. And that's good defensive work, very good defensive work there to give his goalkeeper, well, a helping hand. And that was Tapasiut Kaman. Well played. Well, as a defender, it's always the greatest risk ever when you're in front of your own goal. And, you know, the intent is always to clear the ball. But there's always that fear in a defender's mind that it could deflect off his foot and actually find the back of his own net. And it's happened at crucial games in the past. Unfortunately, those star footballers will have to carry that through. Every defender goes through it, whether even you're at school, college, amateur, professional. Got an opportunity here as Trong Nguyen gets behind it. That's pretty much, well, done and dusted there, as long as, you know, Laos can hold on to their defense. I do believe Vietnam, well, let's give credit to Vietnam there as well, because Laos in their second game, they pretty much warmed up to the occasion. They've been here, you know, they played a game a couple of days back, and they've acclimatized very well. Not like saying that this is, you know, strange ground for Vietnam. Vietnam know this place, this atmosphere, they've been here before. But it just takes at least a match to get it. Sometimes you want to come and hammer in tongs. And I do believe that the next game that we see Vietnam might be an entirely different performance from them. Opportunity for Laos. Definitely still a chance here for, you know, Laos to avoid defeat, because they've got a good half an hour left in this encounter. And it certainly looks like there's still been a bit of a plan put into motion here, because finally Laos decide to rush that through, but every time they get close, an obstruction. This time it's Minh Nguyen, who just stands in the path. Through an opportunity taken there by Phong Sawan. Now the lads in red are going to have to come up with a plan, because every time, if you look at the lads in white, at a given time you've got about 8 or 9 players that fall back. It's like the whole house moves and then moves back again into attack position, and I think that's fairly rock solid. So it's going to be quite an effort now. Laos will have to find a way to weave through that, or to create a path of some sort. Much will depend, of course, on the captain here, Pethavan Somsanit, who is number 5, works essentially as a defender. pair of feet will always make a difference. And that deflection will be picked up, leaving life just a tad bit dangerously, Team Laos, but that's well done. A good sync there between the defender and the keeper, and also trying to make a difference was Victor Lay. Plays essentially as well an attacking midfielder. And does love to score goals. 71 passes for Laos with 60% accuracy and 10 fouls conceded. 463 passes for Vietnam with 90% accuracy and 6 fouls conceded. It's been quite a tall order. Laos really looking to defend, Vietnam looking to strike. And that's a good block put up by Aliakon Phongsawan, even though it might have been fairly unintentional. Just trying to avoid the ball. That's scooped up nice and easy and straight back. Good effort from Trong Nguyen to set it up for his teammates. Song Nguyen slipping it back to and there'll be cheers all around for that effort from young Buck Nguyen. Well, was met with obstruction there, there's no doubt about it. Clearance from Ananthaza Sipongpan. It's a gone opportunity for Team Vietnam. 20 minutes into the second period of play, and there's been no change in the scoreline. But there have been events that have transpired on the field, and we do hope that you've soaked them in as much as we have. All said and done, there's still no way through here because that corner was saved a while back, and I do believe that Vietnam have had a few more opportunities. They would like to, or they should basically capitalize on that. 1 attempt on target for Laos, 7 attempts for Vietnam with 3 goals, 82% possession for Vietnam, 16% for Laos. Victor Lake looking to make the difference. He plays for Honglin Hathin. He's an interesting lad. He was born in Moscow, Russia. 21 years old now. In Russia, he was known as Viktor Kakovich. Trying to work his way through. That was Hook Pom. 2 defenders from Laos to deal with. Oh, that is some terrific work being done here by the Laotian keeper. There's no doubt about it. He's been in stellar form, actually. He's definitely got to get a pat on the back. Well, that time and again, the Vietnamese attack have got so close, but he's not only been alert to the danger, but he's also always had a backup plan in place. And it is one thing that Laos have had so far, going for them in the last 70 minutes has got to be their defense. With the exception of that one momentary lapse of focus. I'm not even going to say lapse of focus. Just that one moment when Vietnam scored. And nothing could have kept, Kankwat away from the goal on that one. We've got a player being tended to. And while our lad is taken care of and will return back to the fold in a bit. He's on the sideline, so Laos should play. It's time to resume the action here. Quick work being done by Team Vietnam. Let's take a very quick look at the men behind the scenes for Team Vietnam. Of course, it's Kim San-sik, the coach. A very, very interesting footballer in his own right. He's 48 years old. Played his entire career as a centre-back. 59 appearances for Korea Republic with 2 goals. From 2000 to 2012, he also played exclusively in the K-League, that's the Korean League, for Seongnam Ilhwa, Gwangju Sangmu and Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors, making 378 club appearances with 15 goals. Has managed Jeonbuk Hyundai Motors as an assistant, as the main coach, and in charge of the Vietnam team from 2024 and the under-23. Got an opportunity and bingo, that one is in. It was a long time coming and Vietnam have got their second goal. A bullet from the head of Yo Min Nguyen. So Min Nguyen doubles his team's tally. It's taken a good bit of time though. But 70 minutes in, absolutely wonderful. Just touch and go there. What I do love is the fact that he just got the direction right. A little bit more of a turn with that head and that ball might have actually sailed past the away post. So well done there by Min Nguyen. It's now 2-0. So 2 goals ahead, and I think it's going to be a very interesting one to see how Laos now do fight to come back. And I was just talking about Kim San-sik, the manager of Vietnam. The fact that he's with the main team, the Vietnam national team, and then the under-23 team as well, it also makes it really good for him to go back and forth with players who are under-23 and for that team, and then of course to use players for the senior team because he spent so much of time with them. He could even mold them into, or just kind of finish them. Well, this is absolutely delightful to see Laos finally get in on the act. They've been denied so many chances, but Petvongsa can't be kept away for too long. And out Petvongsa decides to unleash one. Did get a touch of that ball there. Kian Tran, the goalkeeper. That ball's going to sail out, and I don't think that Puk Palm is going to be too unhappy about that. As long as it's away from harm's area, he should be fine. Throw-in will be taken by Ali Khan Fong Savon. Well, he's been one of their more active players. Don't forget that Kim San-sik is also the man who took Vietnam to the ASEAN Championships in 2024. It will be interesting to see if he repeats that with the under-23 year. But, you know, for whatever it's worth, it's really unpredictable. You look at the teams that are playing. You know, Indonesia is such a strong side, and then you've got well, Vietnam in there. Then you've got Thailand in there. You've also got a very sprightly Timor-Leste, and it's all making for a very good contest. Anything could happen in it, and anything could happen on any given day. And that shot's not going to trouble anybody. And I think the one who's not going to complain at all is Lokpatip. I do believe Bak Nguyen just being held back, but we've got a change here as Bak Nguyen will come off, and in for him it's going to be Mai Nguyen Nok. So Mai Nguyen Nok will come in for Bak Nguyen Din, and we've also got Nguyen Kong Pong. Chong Kwong Nguyen has come in for Tyson Nguyen. And that's straight off the keeper. I do believe he stood in the path for so many, intentional or not, but Lokpatip has been in good form here today. I can't help it but say it, because he's really put on a show. And Vietnam have been very strong in attack. If you just look at the possession and the attempts on goal, and that tells you quite a story. They have been fairly aggressive, haven't really, bared their claws as much as they would love to. But well, let's put it this way: you don't have to if you don't need to. And it certainly looks like we've got, well, a slight bit of a worry there. Some of the players, of course, do keep in mind the fact, as I said, that it has been slightly physical. And the under-23 games are always going to be, and that's what the joy of it is. They are kind of, players who play with a great deal of passion. And they do go at each other, and they go for the ball as much as they can. So you will find a few minor injuries here and there, nothing that can't be fixed for the next game. And we hope that that doesn't change. 78 minutes in, Vietnam lead by 2-0 over Team Laos. Laos still searching for an equalizer, but they've been kind of pushed back into a defensive shell by Team Vietnam. That benefit of that will go to, well, Team Laos, and that's due to Konabisan. Kontopon being brought down. Fongsa one, just being shown all the right spot. Well, one thing is for certain, just in case you thought that the weather was going to hold up, well, it has, and we've been happy about that. It's been a very, very nice and pleasant day. The football's been, well, a bit different compared to the other matches, and I do like that. Always think that variety is really, really needed. If you have all matches which are super pacey, which have teams going hammer and tongs at each other, I don't think that really makes for great variety, does it? And Vietnam have played a very mature game today. They've tried to take as many shots on goal as they can. At the same time, they've defended and they waited for the right opportunity. So here we are. Vietnam, of course, 2 goals ahead. Laos still need to reduce the deficit before aiming to restore parity. Well, I do believe one of the key aspects of this encounter would be to garner as many points as you can. Quick run in. Almost kept that within the line of play and couldn't resist heading that one in. Well, if I was in his boots, I'd do the same. So corner opportunity here for Team Vietnam all over again. Taken by Pong Nguyen. Oh, that would have been bang on target. Good save there by Lokpatip as he denies Trong Nguyen. So one Trong Nguyen kept at bay. Well, that was definitely goal bound. And a good stop there by the Laos keeper. While the lads get ready. That's exactly what transpired then. I think, well, that step back, as you can see after he took that kick, it's probably the way that he landed, the follow through. Sometimes it can be a bit detrimental. And that's Victor Lay. Victor, of course, was born in Moscow to a Russian mother and a Vietnamese father. He played for the youth academy of Torpedo Moscow and CSKA Moscow. Oh, that was going to go. That was going to go straight in. No doubt about it. And Vietnam have got their third goal. And it's a brace as well here for Minh Nguyen. Well, that was just asking to be sent to the back of the net. So 3 goals for Vietnam. Well, every time that ball just hung loose, and the inability, well, to clear it has been a bit of a problem, but you've got to credit Phuc Pham for that assist. That's a very smart assist to push it back, you know, into the open. He picked out his man extremely well, and you've got to credit, well, Minh Phuc Pham for that. So well struck there, and a brace for Minh Nguyen. So on 70 minutes and 83 minutes, well, just about extending his team's goal tally. Having said that, we're just a little over 5 minutes shy of hitting the 90 here. It's Laos 0, or Laos 0, and Vietnam 3. We also got a substitution, as Nguyen Van Trong will be replaced by Nguyen Xuan Bang. And the reason why that is, of course, is because he did kind of have a bit of a strain on that left leg. I think it cramped up, or whether it was a bit of a pull. So the right thing to do is, of course, you don't want him to run the length and the breadth the remaining part of the game. So Laos will have to try and restore a bit of pride, probably score 1 if they can. Because currently it looks like they have, well, 106 passes for Laos, 597 for Vietnam, and that really tells you a story. So Vietnam have dominated possession, no doubt about it. They've dominated attack, and they've dominated, of course, they've dictated literally the moves in this game, and that's quick thinking on the part of Laos. I do believe that Laos have defended well, but Vietnam is a team that will wait for opportunities, and when they see it, they'll zero in on it. Well, the best teams in the world, the best teams in football basically do that. And that's punched away, a one-arm punch by Loc Pathip, the last line of defense of Team Laos. Right at the feet now of Phong Nguyen. It's almost like saying more forces have arrived for Team Vietnam, and that's well guarded. So another substitution here, as Aliakon Phongsavan will come off. And in for Aliakon Phongsavan, it's going to be Bompang Sesombat. So Bompang Sesombat has come in for Aliakon Phongsavan. Got owned. Just has to pick himself off the ground. That's on Patvongsa. Just given a nudge there by Phong Nguyen. 80% possession for Vietnam, 20% for Laos, just as we saw, because there might have been another attempt on goal, but the Vietnamese defense is being extremely stingy, not even giving the Laos players a step into the box. Vietnam have played a rock-solid game today, there's no doubt about it. There's been good defense, very good midfield action and good attack. It hasn't been flamboyant, it hasn't been flashy, but it's been effective enough to have them sitting with 3 goals in the bag here. And that too in their opening match in the tournament. And quick applause there for these lads. Because every time a corner does materialize, I think Koplok Patip, the Laos keeper, is not too happy, but every Vietnamese player is. We are heading towards the 90. We will have a bit of added time thrown in for stoppages. It shouldn't be too much because there weren't any such delays. It's been a fair game, actually. Credit to both these teams today. Real fair play, if you ask me. They did get physical, but nothing that's beyond what is expected in a game. So, you know, more power to them. They've had a few cautions pulled out, but for most part of it, it's been a balanced affair. So no way through this time. And 3 minutes of added time is what we have. 3 minutes of added time. Straight off here to Anantasa, Sipong Pan. Victor Lay looking to make a difference here. Well, he received, did speak about him at length, he received his citizenship last year. He was born in Moscow to a Russian mother and a Vietnamese father, so he decided to play for his father's nation. Made his debut, well, defeat to another club only in February. It was 2 years back. It's been around since then. It'll be an exciting prospect to watch, you know, with Vietnam in this tournament. So Laos did claim a point when they met with Cambodia, but today it's looking like it's going to be a really tough task for them, because Vietnam have defended tooth and nail every time a Laotian player has gone even outside the box. Having said that, Vietnam will start off their campaign and their title defense. Remember, they won this title in 2022 and 23, and they start their defense really well with probably what looks like a 3-goal victory. There's still a bit of time left in there, so well, the points will all add up later, and the next game, or the next challenge for Vietnam, of course, will be facing off with Cambodia. And I think that's going to be a very, very unique encounter itself. Vietnam still holding on to possession. Looks like they're going to try and play this out rather than, or tide it out, rather than do anything fancy. They'll be very happy about the result. And that's it, as our referee Jamal Mohammed Hussain of Malaysia brings this game to an end. It was an interesting battle between the two sides. Vietnam taking a single goal lead into the break on the back of a goal by Kankuat Van. And then, of course, a brace by Hugh Min Noon, really confirming the win for the team. They would have won it 1-0 as well. Can't help but feel a bit sad for Koplok Patip, the Laotian keeper. He's put on a very good performance here today. So, interesting battle, 3 goals to the count, and Vietnam start their campaign on a positive note. Final score, it's Laos 0, Vietnam 3. Thank you so much for joining me for this encounter. Well, up next it's going to be Timor-Leste clashing with Thailand. And my advice, better be there for that one.
Yeah! Tahan dulu, tahan dulu, tahan dulu.
Xin chào Khuất Văn Khang. Khang đánh giá thế nào về trận thắng ngày hôm nay của đội tuyển U23 Việt Nam trước đội tuyển U23 Lào?
Trận đấu ngày hôm nay thì toàn đội đã chơi rất là cố gắng. Cũng đã biết đây là trận đấu đầu tiên nào cũng là trận đấu khó khăn. Bất kể đối thủ nào thì không ngoại lệ đội tuyển Việt Nam, U23 Việt Nam thì bọn em cũng gặp rất là nhiều những khó khăn nhưng mà bọn em cũng đã vượt qua được.
Về cá nhân Khang ngày hôm nay đã ghi một bàn thắng thì Khang đánh giá nào về màn trình diễn của bản thân và theo Khang thì Khang đã hài lòng với những gì mà mình đã thể hiện hay chưa?
Hôm nay em có được một bàn thắng thì em cảm thấy rất là vui. Trước mắt này em cảm thấy rất là vui. Mà sau đó thì em còn phải cố gắng rất là nhiều. Ngoài cố gắng thể hiện từng trận đấu một để mà làm sao mà dần dần phát triển bản thân.
Có thể nói là đội tuyển U23 Việt Nam của chúng ta thi đấu gần như là muộn nhất trong số các đội. Vậy thì theo dõi các đội khác thi đấu rồi thì Khang có đánh giá như nào về các đội bóng này và liệu rằng cơ hội để chúng ta bảo vệ ngôi vô địch là như thế nào?
Mỗi một giải đấu thì đều là một đội hình khác nhau thì theo em đánh giá thì tất cả các đội tham gia ở giải đấu năm nay thì các đội đều rất là tốt. Sau đó thì đội tuyển Việt Nam cũng cần phải cố gắng rất là nhiều để mà làm sao bảo vệ thành công chức vô địch.
Ở ASEAN Cup mà chúng ta vừa lên ngôi vô địch lên ngôi vô địch thì ở trận đấu đầu tiên ra quân đội tuyển Việt Nam đã có chiến thắng trước Lào và ngày hôm nay chúng ta cũng có chiến thắng trước Lào. Ở giải đó thì chúng ta vô địch và Khang có hy vọng rằng là chiến tích đó sẽ được lặp lại ở giải đấu này không?
Em hy vọng những điều ngẫu nhiên ở những trận đấu đầu tiên là gặp Lào thì Nên em lại may mắn cho đội tuyển Việt Nam thì em cũng hy vọng là đội tuyển Việt Nam sẽ U23 Việt Nam sẽ bảo vệ thành công chức vô địch.
Cảm ơn Khang. Chúc Khang cùng với đội U23 Việt Nam sẽ thành công trong thời gian sắp tới.
Xong rồi anh.
Vietnam start off their title defense against Laos in the Mandiri Cup 2025, and it's going to be a very, very interesting battle here at the Patriot Stadium in Chandrabhaga.
Okay, the team worked hard but could get the win. What positive can you take from this match?
เอาเตะเต็มที่อยู่ทุกคนเห็นว่าทีมชาติเราเตะเต็มที่แต่ว่าเอาแต้มมาได้เนาะสิ่งที่จุดดีจากเกมนี้มีอย่างแน่ทั้งที่เขาเสีย
จุดดีจากเกมนี้ก็ถือว่าทีมเฮามันแบบแลนซอยกันครับพยายามแลนซอยกันเต็มที่
Since we lost, you know, there's a lot of negatives, but if we were to think of the positives, I think everyone tried their best, ran as hard as they can, but you know, there's not too much positives for this game.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Vietnam start off their title defense against, Laos, and it's their first game that they'll be playing right here in the ASEAN Under-23 Mandiri Cup 2025. And it's into the action at the Patriot Stadium, Chandrabhaga. Oh, that's a quick one through, but it'll be picked up safely by keeper Lokpathip. Well, Huang Nguyen was creating all sorts of worries here for his team. And that one straight through and stopped as well as the captain is denied. Straight lift there from Minh Nguyen. And that's found its way in. The captain leads by example as 1. Khang Quat makes it 1-0 Team Vietnam. Into the second period of play. Vietnam still holding on to that single goal lead. And he'll be denied this time. Khang Quat can't get it past. Well, the Laos keeper. A very good defensive work by the last line of defense of Team Laos. Now that's a bullet from the head, and it's got to stay put. Straight off the corner. Very well done there. Bok Nguyen with the assist, and it is Minh Nguyen with the finish. 2-0. Minh Nguyen comes to the party. And that's probably one of the few chances that we've seen from Team Laos. Oh, that's a good stop. Tron Nguyen denied by Lokpathip. Once again, a bit of a, scramble in there. And that will stay put. So Minh Nguyen gets his second goal, and very smart assist there by Min Phuc Pham. It's now 3-0 Vietnam. So Vietnam start off their title defense on a positive note. It's Laos 0, Vietnam 3, the final score.
Oh,